Hello everyone, welcome to Preparation Easy. I am Apeksha and I am going to teach you for International English Olympiad exam. Are you preparing for the International Olympiad exam which is conducted by SOF? If yes, then we need to understand before preparing, we need to understand the syllabus and pattern of this exam, and I am going to guide you all through this. Okay? So are you excited? Because I am excited to teach you, train you and give you tips and tricks to understand and tackle this International English Olympiad. So here we are going to understand the syllabus overview of class 8th. Okay? So I hope you are excited. Let's just get started with the syllabus. Okay? So let's understand the exam pattern. The exam pattern and syllabus of this exam. Alright, so in this exam, you are going to have 50 questions and 60 minutes. Alright, so there will be 50 questions in your exam and there will be 60 minutes to solve this question paper. The question paper will be optional, like 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 options will be given and you have to choose the correct one, the accurate one, the appropriate one option for the question. But for this, you need to understand the demand and expectation of the question. What is the demand of the question? What is it actually asking for, right? So for this, you need to understand the syllabus. So first of all, the syllabus is divided into 4 parts: section 1, section 2, section 3 and section 4. Okay? So there will be 4 sections and they are divided into different topics and we are going to understand each and every topic in our video. Alright? Great. So in section 1, we have synonyms, antonyms, analogies and spellings. You see, there is a lot in the section 1. Okay, we are going to understand each and every topic in this section. Synonyms and antonyms, I believe you understand similar words and opposite words. But in English Olympiad exam, it is not just like find the similar word or match the following or fill in the blanks with the similar word for this specific word. For example, happy or sad or joyful, etc. The questions will be a little bit difficult. Okay, the difficulty level is higher than what we have already experienced in our school exams. Okay. So we are going to understand the synonyms, antonyms, analogies and spellings, the collocations, the words which are combined, okay, the phrasal verbs, idioms, proverbs, homonyms and homophones. There is a difference between homonyms and homophones that we are going to understand in our next video. Then one word, nouns, pronouns, verbs. See here, from here we are going to understand the we are going to understand the parts of speech, and these are the parts of speech: the noun, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, articles. I believe you remember a and the. Yeah, so articles, prepositions, prepositional phrases. So preposition are the words and prepositional phrases are the collection of words, okay, but in a specific manner. All right, so prepositional phrases, participle phrases, conjunctions and determiners. Also we are going to learn the jumbled words, the punctuations, tenses, voices, the active voice and passive voice, narrations, questions and tags. So till here, let's see, these are the words. We are going to understand the words or collection of words, right? What is called phrases, what are the participle phrases, right? What are the idioms, right? So we are going to understand and learn all of that, and we are also going to prepare for this exam. Okay, it is not just a learning phase, it is our preparation phase for this exam. So we are going to prepare for this exam, we are going to learn, we are going to prepare and practice for these topics, and further words related to leisure, household items or issues, social causes, outdoor locations and activities. So these are the words related to. Okay, so first of all we need to understand the section 1. So section 1 is about the word power. Okay, it is about the word power. So everything in this section is related about the words or collective words which are going to be in your section 1. But we need to understand. So while preparing for this exam, this is my first mantra. My mantra is understand. Understand whatever you are preparing for. Understand whatever you are reading. Understand whichever question you are going to solve. Understand the question. Understand the options given below. Okay. So my first mantra is understand, and you are going to understand the section 1 from synonyms to the outdoor location activities, which are the words related to outdoor location and activities, etc. So how we are going to prepare for this? Because from this to this, I believe you have learned in your schools or tuitions, or you can learn this from your YouTube videos as well, which I am going to tell you. Of course, we are going to learn together, but how are going to prepare for the word related to leisure, household items, activities, etc., social causes? For this, you are going to read as much as possible the newspaper, the articles, right, the essays, right. You are going to read the short stories. Okay, so we need to understand that section 1 is about the word power, and if we want to prepare for this exam, and if we want to prepare for section 1, we need to read and understand. Okay, we need to understand each and every word while reading. We need to understand the meaning, the utilization of the word, where we need to use the word. Okay, so yes, this is all about our section 1, where we are going to understand the word power. We are going to prepare our word power. Okay, yeah. Now moving forward, let's move for the section 2. Okay, let's read this. Search for and retrieve information from various text types like newspapers, blurb, dictionaries, etc. So here the exam is asking for information from various text types. We need to understand. Retrieve means to gather or to collect. Okay. Search for and retrieve information from various text types like news reports. We need to read the news reports. Okay, because there will be different words, different vocabulary that you are going to explore. Alright, then blurbs. Blurbs are like where, for example, it's a movie or short story, okay, or maybe a long story novel, like novels, and we are going to compose it short. Okay, so if we have 4 pages, we have to combine it together without losing the crux or the gist of the material, and we have to make it compact. Okay, so that is blurb. Understand information presented in the instructional manual format. So we need to read the instructional manuals. I believe you order online. Okay, if you order online, or if you just buy anything, let's consider it's a electronic thing. Okay, and you are buying this. The product is at your home, and you are unboxing the product, and there is a like list, or we can say a folding paper, right, which is very, very long. Okay, and you forget it to read. Okay, but if you are preparing for this exam, you need to read the instructional manual format, because there will be questions asked in this exam which is related to instructional manual format. Okay, so in the excitement, you don't read the instructional manual format, or you don't read the instructional manuals. Okay, but in this scenario, we really need to read these formats to tackle this exam, because there will be questions asked, there will be options, and we have to choose the correct one once again. Okay, then message format and others. Acquire broad understanding. See, broad understanding of and look for specific information in longer tests like editorials or essays. Okay, so if you read English newspapers, okay, there is a column called editorials, okay, and if you read editorials, you see there are different words which you are not familiar with, okay. So we need to understand the words and meaning of the sentences, what is mentioned in the editorial or essays, which are in lengthy form. We see they are longer text. They are not like our usual tests. Okay, so we are going to understand the broad understanding, specifically broad understanding of editorials, essays, which are exactly the longer texts. Okay, so what is section 2 is asking for? Okay, section 2 की demand क्या है? What is the demand of the section 2? See, first in section 1 we understood the word power, right? The word power. In section 2 we are going to understand the reading power. So as I said, understand. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to understand the demand of this question paper. Okay, so first section was all about our word power and the second section is about our reading power. Whatever you are reading, do you understand? Okay, if it is a story, if it is a chapter, if it is a poem, right, you understand the meaning, right? But while preparing for this exam, the paragraphs will be given, the texts will be given, okay, and we have to read and understand. So this exam is all about read and respond. This exam is all about read and respond. So if you understand the meaning of the word, you will be able to choose, that is to respond to the correct option. If you understand the reading power, then you will be able to respond to the section 2. You will be able to understand the meaning of the text given. Okay. So yes, this is our section 2, which is all about the reading power. Now moving forward to the section 3. So here is section 3. It is all about the ability to understand situation-based variations. Situation-based variations in functions like requesting, giving information, expressing surprise or pronunciation. Now for section 1 and section 2, you need to read and understand. Okay, but now in section 3 there is a twist. What is it? It is your emotional intelligence. Okay, so while you are reading or responding to the question, are you emotionally aware? Are you emotionally available for the question? Can you read and understand and respond emotionally? Okay. So the exam is not just about your intellectual. Just you learn, you read, you by heart things, you remember the synonyms or antonyms or the tenses. It is not all about that only. Okay, because the exam asks in section 3, what does it ask? It asks situation based variations in functions. Okay, so question may be asked like, is it requesting? The sentence, the given sentence, is it requesting or giving any information? The text is giving any information or expressing a surprise or also about your pronunciations. Okay, so section 3 is about your emotional intelligence. So here I am writing, let's see here, the first was word power. The second was reading power. The third was emotional intelligence. Okay, and what we are going to do again, understand. What we are going to do is understand the demand of the question. Okay, the first section is about your word power, the second section is about your reading power, the third section is about your emotional intelligence. Okay, now moving forward, section 4, which is your achiever section. Okay, so remember what is going to happen. The syllabus is as per the section 1, 2, 3. We need to understand the word power, the reading power and the emotional intelligence, but in higher order thinking. Okay, so we call them HOTS. What do we call them? We call them HOTS, higher order thinking questions. Okay, so these are the questions in section 4 which are almost similar to the syllabus of section 1, 2 and 3, where we are going to understand the word power, the reading power and the emotional intelligence. However, the level of the questions are in higher order thinking. Okay, the questions will be asked in different, the difficulty level will be another level. So we have to be prepared for section 4, which is your achiever section. So we are going to understand what is achiever section as well in our next video. However, we need to understand the syllabus. For the time being, we need to understand the syllabus, where we saw first section 1 is all about word power. Section 2 is how you read and respond. Do you understand the power of reading? And third is about your emotional intelligence. And again fourth is about all of above. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Okay, but in higher order thinking. In higher order thinking. Questions are 50. Time is for 60 minutes. So if we calculate roughly, we have 60 seconds to respond. And is it about respond? No, it is about read and respond. So we have roughly 60 seconds, right? So in 60 seconds, we have to read the question of 2 to 3 lines, okay? And we have to read the options. And again we have to choose the correct option. Let's consider third option is the correct one. And we have to choose the correct option within 60 seconds. So we have to read and respond within 60 seconds, which is a very less time. But to understand, but to respond in 60 seconds, we again need to understand. This is my Mool Mantra for this exam. Understand. Okay? Understand the question and just don't read it. Understand the demand of the question. Understand the demand of the question. What is the question asking? Okay, and then we can choose the correct option, because just reading will not make you choose the correct one. You can get confused after reading. Okay, but if you read and understand, then you can respond within 60 seconds, and that's my guarantee. So we are going to learn that as well in our next videos. However, for this video, this is all about your syllabus. Okay, this is our syllabus overview, and now we have to understand the pattern of this exam, because we understood there are multiple topics covered in this syllabus and there will be only 50 questions. Then how they are divided, right? We need to understand the pattern of this exam. So yes, we have section 1, section 2, section 3 and section 4. As I said, achiever section. So this syllabus is for 5th to 12th. However, we are going to understand the pattern for the 8th class. Okay? Okay. So section 1, there will be 30 questions. Okay? 30 questions in section 1. Each question is marked for 1 mark. Okay? Each question is for 1 mark, and total marks will be considered as 30 marks in section 1. Okay? For section 1 there will be 30 marks. For section 2 there will be 10 questions, 1 for each. So there will be 10 marks for section 2. Okay? So 30 plus 10, 40 marks. Now spoken and written expression, where we see the emotional intelligence of the student. So spoken and written expression, questions will be 5, 1 mark for each. So total 5 marks for section 3. Now as I said, the question 4 is about achiever section. Why? I told you I'll tell you further. So here I am going to explain why achiever section, why 4th section is called achiever section. See, there are 5 questions. How many questions? 5 questions. But here each question is for 3 marks. Each question is for 3 marks. So total marks will be considered are 15. 15 marks for achiever section. So that is why it is called achiever section, because if you learn, if you practice, if you read as much as possible, you can achieve, you can get 30, 10, 5 marks easily. Okay, if you prepare with preparation easy, you can get this easily. Okay, but in achiever section, which is a hot section, higher order thinking section, right? The questions will be for those students who think in higher order, not just solving the problems. They have critical thinking, they have good imaginations, right? They have imaginations, they have critical thinking, the understanding of the question, they understand the demand of the question. Those are able to solve these questions, and this is the achiever section. So total questions are 50 and total marks are 60. Okay, so of course there will be longer texts and you have to read them. For that purpose the questions are 50 and the total marks are given as 60. I hope you understood the pattern of this exam. Okay, the syllabus and pattern is easy, but when we prepare for it, and how do we prepare? We make a plan. Okay, so I have come up with the plan for all of you, and the plan is this. This is going to be our plan. Why? Because this exam does not ask for your knowledge. It is not about your only knowledge. Okay, you are not going to learn. You are not going to recite. You are not going to by heart the things. You are going to prepare to understand the questions. Okay, you are going to prepare and understand the exam, the pattern. Okay, so we are going to develop our knowledge, of course, but also develop our problem solving skills, creativity and our critical thinking. Okay, so this is what the Olympiad exam is asking for. Not just your knowledge, but also your problem solving skills, okay, and then creativity and critical thinking. While solving exam paper, while solving the questions, you just don't need to read and understand. Just don't show your knowledge. Show your problem solving skills, show your creativity, show your critical thinking. And how? So here is the plan. Okay, first we have completed. We have understood the syllabus and exam pattern. Okay, so if it is possible for you, then please make a print of it, and if not possible, then write it down in your notebook. Okay, make a chart of this. This is the exam pattern. Okay, and this is your syllabus. Okay, so syllabus is available online, and you can also write it down or print take a print out for your syllabus and keep it handy. Okay, make sure you read the syllabus daily, make sure you read the exam pattern daily, so you are preparing in your subconscious mind for this exam and you know the syllabus exactly. Okay, so whenever you are going to read, you know what is the demand of this specific sentence. If you are preparing and if you are giving any mock test, then you can understand that okay, this is the question, and yes, this is the demand of this question. You understood the question, you choose the correct option, and here you go with 1 mark. Great. So syllabus and exam pattern first is completed. Now we need to build the strong conceptual knowledge. With our upcoming videos, we are going to build our strong conceptual knowledge. Okay, what is conceptual knowledge? For example, what is synonyms? What is synonyms? It's just a very simple topic in this syllabus. What is synonyms? Synonyms are similar words. How do you remember the similar words? With the letter S. S for similar words. Okay? Similar words. But they can be exact or nearly similar words. Okay? So synonyms is about the words, the similar words, and we need to understand the concept of the similar words. For example, sometimes we use happy, nice, joyful, jolly, etc. Right? There are a number of similar words for happy. Okay? But depending on the situation, we use the correct option. Right? We use the correct word for the word happy. Or if it is about sad, I am upset, I am not in good mood, etc. etc. Right? So the antonyms, synonyms for sad, there are the different words. Right? And again antonyms. Antonyms, how you are going to remember what is the meaning of antonyms? Do you need to, do you need to by heart this meaning? No, you just need to remember how the do you remember the antibiotics, right? Antidote, right? So antonyms came from the word anti, and you can remember like this, antonyms, which is opposite words, and S for similar words, which is similar words. Synonyms for similar words, S for similar words. Okay? Yes. So similarly, we are going to remember the conceptual knowledge of each topic. Now moving further, the practice problem solving and logical reasoning. Okay, just don't answer the questions, understand the demand of the question, problem solving की practice करनी है, logical reasoning की practice करनी है. Okay. Now mock test, really very important part. While preparing for this exam, we need to prepare for the mock tests. Okay. And if we go for a specific skill while preparing for this exam, I'll say it is about your time management, because the exam is for 60 minutes. We have 60 seconds to read and respond. So we have to manage our 60 minutes for 50 questions. And is it all about your exam? No, it is about your daily routine. Okay, it is going to about your daily routine. You have to manage your time, you have to study, you have to make a plan. Okay, this is the syllabus. Okay, I'll do these topics in this week. I'm going to watch these videos. Apeksha ma'am is giving these tips and tricks. I'm going to utilize them in my daily routine, and this is going to your time management for your exam preparation. It is not about the 60 minutes only. While you are preparing for the mock test, or while you are giving the mock test, you will understand, are you able to choose, are you able to read and respond within the 60 seconds, and then you will understand the importance of time management. Okay, so accordingly you will be preparing for this exam, and when you have understood the time management, when you understand that you can read and respond within 60 seconds, then of course the exam will be easier for you, with preparation easy. Now moving forward, focus on reading comprehension. Okay, see, the first was word power and the second was a reading power. Okay, and reading comprehension will make it easier for you. Alright, so focus on reading comprehension, read as much as possible, read the newspapers, read the stories, read the books, you can read any articles, essays. Okay, and reading comprehension will make you, first thing, it will make your speed. Like if you are reading one page daily, which is really less actually, but one page, then you will understand that you are growing. If you read daily, you are growing with your reading speed. Okay, you are reaching like 2 pages a day, 3 pages a day, then 5 pages a day, right? So reading comprehension will make it easier for you for the exam, so that you will be able to read and respond within 60 seconds. Once again, remember this. Solve previous year question paper and mock test. So this is what our current mock tests, and these are the previous year question papers and mock test papers. Okay, so we are going to solve this. Why? Because we have understood the syllabus, We have understood the pattern of this exam, but to understand the demand of the question, okay, we need to understand the demand of the question. So how we are going to understand that? We are going to solve the previous year question papers, and while preparing for this or while solving the previous year question papers, we are not going to do this. Okay, so this is the question. So yeah, in question papers, this is your test paper. Okay, this is your test paper, and in last you will be getting answers. Okay. Okay, so you are not going to do this. Question 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, you choose the second one. Now going to the answer sheet. Okay, question 1, okay, 2, very good, very good. Now question 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Then you choose the question 4, but no, your question 2 is wrong. The correct answer for the question 2 is option 3. Okay, if you do this, you will never understand the time management. Okay, you will never understand how much time do you take while solving the problem or while solving the question. Okay, so for that you need to do is solve the question paper in 60 minutes. Okay, solve the question paper in 60 minutes. Then what we are going to do is, now you will do the answer, you will check the answer sheets. Okay, and now if the question is wrong, if you answered wrong, okay, this is your wrong answer, correct? You choose you choose the option 4, but the correct answer is option 3. And if you check your answer sheet and if you see, okay, question 2, option 3, okay, got it. You are not going to stop there. You are going to find the topic, the demand of the question, the topic and demand of the question, and you are going to revise the topic and understand the demand of the question. Okay, this is how we are going to prepare for this exam. This is how we are going to prepare for the exam and we are going to solve the previous year question papers. Now our 8th plan is critical thinking. Critical thinking. Okay, critical thinking is not just about reading and understanding. We are going to think why, how, when, what, right? We are going to ask these questions from the given text. Okay, we are not going to read and just understand and directly respond. No, we are going to, while preparing, okay, not while solving the question, while preparing for the exam, we are going to start our critical thinking. So we are going to ask the questions like why, how, when, what, etc. to understand the given text. Okay, and we need to stay motivated and confident. We need to stay motivated and confident. We need to stay motivated. How we are going to stay motivated? Like, we are not going to read and we are not going to watch motivational videos every time. How we are going to stay motivated every day? And the mool mantra for staying motivation is discipline. Okay, discipline is the mantra for staying motivated for every day. So this is our plan. This is how we are going to prepare for this exam. This was our syllabus, our pattern of the exam and plan for the International English Olympiad. Okay, great. Now I hope you understood each and every topic I delivered to you, and yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I believe you can do it if you regularly watch with Preparation Easy. All the best.